Today I want to talk a little bit about bringing the value of yellow down. This is cadmium yellow medium, one of my favorite yellows to have on the palette. Perfect for painting the colors of the natural world, and it has a certain degree of opacity, which is also something I favor in a lot of yellows. It's a beautiful color. Folks sometimes run into trouble when they try and darken yellow. It's such a light value to begin with on the value scale. And their first instinct when they are beginning to learn how to paint to darken something is to add black. And in this case I've got a little piece of ivory black paint here, and I want to show you what happens when we take a little bit of the cadmium yellow and mix it with the ivory black. Certainly it has brought the value of the yellow down. But what has also happened is it has moved it toward the cool green hues. This is a great color if you were doing some green foliage from the natural world, but it's moved very far away from yellow for a lot of people, especially if you are using yellow in a situation where you want to bring it down but keep the warmth of the yellow. This has cooled it significantly. So what are some other ways that we can bring yellow down in value? Well, another option, clearly you have to add something that's darker than the yellow to bring it down. So here's another option. This is raw umber. Raw umber is within the yellow hue. It's much darker. It's actually one of the darkest values of yellow that you can come up with out of the tube. And let's see what happens when we add a little of the cadmium yellow medium to it. Well, as you can see, we've got a nice dark value, and it's a little bit more yellow than green, where when we've added the ivory black we've definitely shifted into the green family. This still retains the quality of being yellow, but it is coolish. So if we're still too cool with this, another option to bring the value of yellow down is burnt umber. Another earth tone, but this one skews a little bit more towards the orange and the red, whereas this one is a little bit cooler in its nature. So if we take a little bit of the burnt umber and we add the cadmium yellow medium, and we do a little mixing, as you can see, we've brought the yellow down in value. And you can do this to any degree. Obviously the proportions of the colors that you mix are going to affect how dark we're going. I'm trying to take a fair amount of the darkening color to make this pretty significant and dramatic demonstration of dropping that value down. But here we are a little bit warmer yet, so you can see the difference between the black, the raw umber, and the burnt umber. This to me is a very nice option. One of my favorite options, however, is moving to completely the opposite side of the color wheel of yellow. The opposite side of the color wheel includes violet, and this color is a very, very dark, powerful color called dioxazine purple. It's a great tinting color. It has immense strength, and you have to use it very sparingly because it is such a powerful tinting color. It's probably the most powerful tinting color I put on my palette. So if we take some of this yellow and we want to bring it down with the violet, I'm going to be very careful to just get a little bit because it is so powerful, and we're going to mix it in and see what it does to this yellow. As you can see, just that little bit of the dioxazine purple has brought it down in value, but at the same time we've retained a very beautiful yellow hue. So these are all darker in value, but to me this is one of the most successful ways to bring down the yellow in value but still stay in that hue family, which is kind of surprising because you would think logically that bringing in something from completely the opposite side of the color spectrum would really make it move away from yellow. but this is one of those cases where it's surprising how yellow it stays even as it comes down in value. So this is a very useful tool for bringing down the yellows. Just to sum up, anything darker than yellow will bring it down, but understand that whatever you add to it is going to shift the hue one way or the other. So choose accordingly. If you're going to be heading toward the green hues, a blue or a black is a very good idea. If you want to stay generally in the yellows, perhaps the burnt umber or the dioxazine purple. If you want to cool it down just slightly, a raw umber. So these are really effective ways to bring down the value of yellow and skew it to whatever hue that you're interested in moving towards. Thanks for listening, and we'll talk about something else the next time. Bye.